On January 19, 2025, in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, officers responded to reports of a fire outside the district office of U.S. Congressman Glenn Grothman.
Whatever squad is behind, if you can bring your squad up in a fire extinguisher, it's on the back side here. It's just some garbage on fire, looks like. I got the fire out for the most part on the outside. There's going to be some structural damage though. Looks like it came from in here.
Can you move your car, please?
I'm the one who did it. I set the fire.
You set the fire?
I set the fire.
Why'd you set the fire?
I don't like Representative Glenn Grothman.
So you set the building on fire?
I set the building on fire.
Alright, come over here.
I have a pocket knife in my right jacket pocket.
Stand here. Where did you say you have it at?
I'm pretty sure it's in my right jacket pocket.
Number 3037.
It'll be covered in gas, so be careful.
Okay. You got your ID on you?
No, I forgot my wallet. I have a picture on my phone if you want me to get that.
Okay. You said it's alright if I search you?
Yeah, it's fine. Okay.
Alright, we're gonna walk it through the car.
Okay.
You just want to take this gas off of me? Is it covered in gas or?
It might be. I might be too a little bit. I didn't have a gas can that was really good to work with. I had
37 return on a 2014 Chevy Impala with Samuel St. Louis.
Alright, just go ahead and put your hands on your back, okay? You're not under arrest right now, you're just being detained, okay?
Yep.
This guy that called it in said that he said it. Okay. Just so you know.
Is this a female that approached you guys?
What?
Is this a female that approached you guys when you guys put in the fire out, or she
No, it's a male. He said he said it.
He said it.
He set the fire because he's unhappy with the Republican Party.
What's your first name?
Caden, C-A-I-D-E-N.
You have the mail with you?
What's that?
You have the mail with you?
Like what?
The mail?
Yeah, he's in the back.
Okay.
So that's who we had to take, just so you know. Yeah.
Correct.
What is that group? That vehicle over there, are they with them?
Do you know those people in that car over there?
I have no idea. They might have been the people who called the cops. Or you guys, I guess.
Okay, just hold tight, okay?
Yep.
It's my section, so. This is his 27. I'll run it. 27.
You guys know anything about this, or you guys the one that called it?
I called it in.
You called it
I didn't know if
in?
you needed us or not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
So when we pulled up, we saw a black car with the driver's side door open, and we saw smoke, and then you could see the flames.
Okay.
So as soon as we saw the black car, we backed off, and that's when I called it
Did
in.
you see anyone?
We didn't see
nearby?
anyone,
Okay.
but we weren't sure because we didn't get too close to the back of the building.
Sure.
We saw the car and backed off.
I didn't see the car door open.
The driver's
The
side
driver's
door
side door
was open.
was open. Okay. Alright.
Yeah, we were delivering a newspaper here, and then that's when we saw the smoke.
Okay.
And then we went around the side of the building.
I see. Okay. What's your first name? Okay. And then you two pretty much came to deliver a newspaper and then saw the black car.
Well, I smelled it from over there, thinking someone's brakes were burning.
Okay.
But then when we came over here, we saw a bunch of smoke coming from the side of the building. And so we pulled around just to see if that, because it looked like a fire. And we saw that black car there.
Okay. With the driver's side door
was open.
Did you see any smoke?
Yeah,
Or
we
did
saw
you, like-
smoke and you could see flames
Okay.
too.
You can see you two saw flames too.
From behind the building. Yeah.
All right. Sounds good. Well, thank you so much.
I do have a different address than him.
Sure.
Email answered, said hello, but not going up right away. And other callbacks just on the voicemail. 268 my one.
This is not.
Hey, it's close.
Hey.
Hey, I have you for northbound, right? So you're at Scott Peters?
Yep.
Okay, if I send you a picture of this guy, can you go over to Quick Trip? Is Quick Trip open?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna send you a picture of this guy. If you could go in there and see if he was there. He's got like a box of 50 matches on the front seat, plus there's a bunch of Quick Trip stuff. So I'm just curious if he's been hanging around. Maybe bought gas over there.
Okay.
So I'll send you a picture. If you could just go in, see if they recognize the vehicle or remember this guy.
Okay, sounds good. Yes, thanks. Bye-bye.
Yeah, so his squad's stuck, so I'm going to have you taken back to the PD and try and do an interview.
Do you want me to just ask him if he wants to talk right now and see first?
Sure. The other thing that we're looking for is consent to search his vehicle.
Okay, I'll ask him that first.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he flat out met us, the three of us. Right
Yeah,
there in front,
that's
so.
why I was figuring he'd probably be willing to talk, but just looking for consent to search for his vehicle, because we're looking for the potential gas can, right?
I don't know.
Gas.
I'm not sure.
Somebody, maybe Nuanas heard it.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody made assumptions. Because there's also a bunch of quick trip stuff in there too, so I'm wondering if you filled up right over here. And
Okay.
So, yeah, we're looking interview, why he's doing it, if he thought it was occupied, anything like that, that would bolster further cases for anything. I don't think it's occupied. I think it's very reasonable that it would be occupied. Yeah.
Okay. Does Don know what charges he has in or anything? Obviously he's going to jail, right? Tonight?
Yeah. That's
yeah.
We can show that even if we have a misdemeanor, he's not close.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
I'll go and look at some of the charges. I can't remember what the statute requirements are for arson, but
Alright.
if you get a search, is this all this property in the front?
Yeah, no, I'll search everything, I guess. So.
Okay. You want to talk to him? I'll throw him.
Yeah. They can go on the front seat. Alright, so I'm Officer West of the police department. I don't know if I've formally introduced myself.
Officer
Okay.
West?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So the first question I have for you, would you give us consent to search your car?
That's not mine, but you can go ahead.
We can search your car? You're in possession of it tonight, so...
Alright, no.
No? No.
I guess you'll have to do it on your own. Yeah. I'm not giving you permission, but...
Okay.
Yeah.
The other question is, obviously I'd read you a Miranda warning, things like that before, but are you even interested in talking to me at all tonight or no?
I'm interested in talking to you. I'll make a statement.
Okay, so if I read you your Miranda warning, you are willing to talk?
Yep.
Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the police department, okay?
Yep, sounds good.
Alright. No on the consent.
Yeah. Didn't we establish that he drove it here, though?
Yes.
Okay.
He was in the, I would say, possession of the vehicle, sitting in the car and out of it when I pulled up. So that's on camera. So. Yeah, we're gonna walk this way.
Okay.
Or me going right in that door over there.
Sounds good.
You just hang on a second for me right there.
Yep.
One from here.
Keep going.
this door on the left here. Right. You can have a seat right here. Are you requesting any medical attention at all?
No.
I didn't know if anyone asked that to you or not yet. Alrighty. So let me just read this to you, and then there'll be 2 questions at the end, okay? Alright. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and to have him or her present with you while you are being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any questioning if you wish. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. Do you understand your rights as I have explained to you?
Yep.
Having these rights in mind, are you willing to answer my questions now?
Yes, I'm willing.
Okay. Let's just start with tonight.
Sure. Can I wipe the hair out of my face, or no?
I mean, I can't take it out of the cuffs, but
That's all right, no problem.
if that works.
No, that's fine.
Okay. Let's just start with, how did tonight start for you? I mean, were you at home in Menasha, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
If I was at home in Menasha,
Okay. What brought you to Fond du Lac tonight?
to set fire to Glenn Grothman's office.
Okay. I guess, why, I guess?
Because of his role in voting for the ban on companies such as TikTok, which I believe is a grave violation of our Constitution. And in the past, unrelated to these, I have tried peacefully protesting, and I've done peaceful protests, and other people have done, and I think peace is not really an option anymore. So I set fire to his office.
Okay, so this is a lot to do over him voting to ban TikTok, is that correct?
Yeah.
So
Well, I mean, he's my representative, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I'm just trying to understand, okay?
Right, yeah, no, of course.
What were you hoping of, I mean, what was going to happen today? What were you wishing to happen?
I would have liked if the fire was bigger, but it wasn't. And I would have liked if it would cause, I guess, inconvenience, harm to the facility, not to anybody in person, but
Okay.
to disrupt, I guess.
Okay. Did you think anyone was inside the building tonight?
No.
Were you hoping that anyone was inside the building?
Not at all. I don't want to hurt anybody. Not physically.
Okay. So, what's his name again? Sorry.
Glenn Grothman?
Glenn Grothman, sorry. Were you hoping to harm him tonight in
No,
any sort of fashion?
Not him, no.
Okay. So more or less you're hoping to cause disruption tonight?
Right.
Okay. Did you want the whole building to burn down, or?
Well, no, since I know it has other, facilities in there, but, I mean, I targeted his, and if the others, had problems, then, collateral damage, but no, I wanted to, harm his building. And I know that he has other offices, and I know it might only end up harming me in the end, but I guess I kind of wanted to send a message that I was tired of the way that our country's going.
Okay. How did you start the fire?
With gasoline. I used a match.
Okay. Did you have, other materials, or?
No, just gasoline and a match. Or I had matches, but I just used one.
And that just started the side of the building on fire, or?
Yeah, I originally was going to go in the front, but it seemed like he relocated his office at some point, so I drove to this location instead of the other one. And the door was harder to get into, so I just didn't bother trying to break the door in, or because I wasn't really prepared very much. I just had stuff that could have broken glass, but not that type of glass. Okay. So I knew I wasn't going to get in, so I just set fire to the electrical stuff in the back.
Okay. Where'd you get the gas from?
Quick Trip in Menasha on Racine Street.
Okay. So you specifically drove to Fond du Lac to this office for this purpose
That's
tonight, is to set fire to the building?
That's right.
Okay. Did you buy that gas tonight?
Yep.
Okay. When did you get that gas?
Probably 30 minutes before midnight.
Okay. You said that it's your dad's car. Do you live with your parents?
Correct.
Or?
I live with my parents.
Okay. Do they know that?
No, they had no idea.
They had no
waited
idea?
until they were asleep.
You waited till they were asleep?
Correct.
Okay.
I didn't want them to be involved at all.
Okay.
I know, obviously I know it's going to affect them, probably a lot, but I didn't want them to have any kind of responsibility.
Okay. You have a job or anything in college?
Yep, I have a job. I work at Motomart gas station.
Nice. You in college or?
No.
No, not in college. Gotcha. Was there anything else you were wishing to happen tonight?
I guess just to send a message. I mean, I don't know if it'll be received. I don't know if either way, but honestly, I'm really tired of the way that the entire world is going. And honestly, I didn't really feel like I was throwing anything away because I don't really feel like there's that much. I mean, I have family, I have that stuff, but I mean, to be honest, I don't really want to live in a world that is going this way. And, sure, we might have it better than some other countries, but I feel like we're going down a pretty bad path. And so maybe my actions were the most peaceful, but I don't think that peace is the direction we're going to take anymore. Or at least, no.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, everyone has their own opinion, right? Right. Okay. So you buy the gas in Menasha, you drive up here. When do you get here? What you said first? You're thinking maybe the front of the building, correct?
So, yeah. First,
take me through what happened when you got here.
So I drove. I was on the highway 41 for a bit, and then I got off at the location of his previous office. I don't know the address, but it must have been a similar address or something like that, because that's where Google Maps took me originally. And so I got there, noticed the office wasn't there, obviously, so I needed to get matches because I forgot them at home. So I just went to a Quick Trip, got the matches, and then I left and went to the actual location. And first I tried, looking at the door and seeing, if it would have been easily breakable, and I figured probably not. Then I went to one of the windows on the side, tried using a little glass breaker that's meant for car windows on my knife, and that didn't work. And I figured I'm not going to stand there for 10 minutes trying to bash the window in.
Yep.
Did the next best thing because I was already kind of committed to it. I already done it, and I didn't really want to stop. So I just set the back of the building on fire. By the electrical stuff.
So is that
just kind of hoping there would be an electrical fire and that would be bigger if that's what you're looking for intent-wise.
Okay. Did you dump the gas just on the back of the building or on that unit there that was
on the unit, on the back of the building, kind of by where the wires are by the door, just kind of all in that back area. And I was going to try to lead it around to the front of the building, but I didn't do that because the wind was pretty bad. I didn't set myself on fire.
Are you the one that called in the fire then?
No, I wasn't.
No.
Somebody else called it in. I was just going to sit there and wait.
Okay.
Because I figured, eventually somebody's going to notice, so. I had no
Were you planning on staying here the whole time until?
Yeah, I had no intention of escaping or anything like that. It was entirely my fault. There was nobody else who did it. So it was me. I intentionally did it. There was nobody else that was responsible. And I didn't want to have a burden on anybody else thinking that they had to defend me like my family or whatever. So I just stayed in the area and waited.
Okay. Like I said, man, everyone has their own opinions and stuff, right? Okay, so I understand that. Obviously you're being very truthful with me. I really appreciate that, okay? Yeah. That goes a long way, okay?
Yeah.
One question I do have for you, again, we talked a little bit about consent to search the car again. Mm-hmm. Has your mind changed at all on that? Would you give us consent to search the car?
Honestly, I don't really want to. Besides me admitting guilt, I don't really want to make it any easier than it has to be. So, no.
Okay. So no consent to search the car?
Right.
Okay.
For almost no apparent reason, I just ruined the course of my life, and so it almost feels like, maybe I would have just rather.
But you're still alive, so that's the important thing.
Yeah, number one, we're glad you're alive. Number two, it sounds like you've been going through a pretty difficult time. I'm sorry that you're feeling the way that you're feeling. Mm-hmm. I understand, that like you said, you had some disagreements or you weren't happy with the congressman's decisions or behaviors or actions. Can you elaborate a little bit more about what you're?
Yeah. So basically, yesterday was also the day that that the ban that affected TikTok happened, and if it was just the banning of a single app, or if it was just TikTok going dark, that'd be one thing. Just a single app, but it signaled the fact that our government is pretty much unwilling to cooperate in almost every case. You hear about government shutdowns happening all the time. You hear about, they can never agree on anything, and except both houses almost unanimously agreed on this one bill to ban this social media platform and others like it, just because it's not owned by America and we can't control it. And I know the details themselves are more specific, but and so that kind of, it really I guess in the most basic way, it bugged me that a person who, I think he voted this way in the House before the election even happened, but I wasn't really aware of it. A person who I had voted for had acted in a way that I thought I was voting for the party that, represented free speech and that have the values, and I guess it's not really just a matter of what party it is, but just who the person is. And so that's, I guess, ultimately the main reason that I guess I chose him. But for the past while, I'd already been feeling kind of like that.
Sure. Is it something that you had thought about doing prior to last night?
I had thought, not in terms of like non-peaceful acts, even last night included. I used to do peaceful protests for other sorts of issues too, and I guess I just found that it wasn't really doing anything, so I figured, why not just take the next step, and obviously I think that was a smart choice, but I did it anyways. I'm sorry, what was the question?
I guess just trying to understand, like, did you think about applying fire to the congressman's office?
Oh no!
Yesterday, last week.
That was kind of the first. That was kind of the first time that had kind of occurred, and it was mostly because, I was thinking about it, and I was kind of comparing it to, and other people were also kind of comparing the ban on TikTok to other, events in somewhat recent history, I guess, in the last few hundred years, and obviously it's not the exact same thing, but they're kind of comparing it to, times like, I don't know, and again, I definitely mean it's not the same thing, but like, times like the French Revolution or the Boston Tea Party or something like that, where, societies or people are rebelling against their government because they don't like them. And so I kind of compared it to that, and I was like, okay, so why don't, I just do something like that? And so while that was, part of the reason, and that was, I guess, the main reason that I chose Glenn Grothman's office, another part of it was just because, most of the time I don't even know, like, there's not even something concrete. Like in the past, if there was some kind of cause, so now sometimes I just don't even know. It's just like all of a sudden I'm like, wow, it's awful. And again, it doesn't excuse it, but that's part of it.
No, but it's difficult to navigate for you.
Yeah.
I guess in that state of mind yesterday, what did you want or hope your actions would do? Did you even
to begin with, I hoped that it would just kind of, I don't even know, like send a message. I don't know what it would have even done, because I'm sure he has insurance. He can just, or with the building has insurance, I can just fix it. Like, it's not going to actually do anything. It's only going to affect myself. So, and I knew that when I did it, and I don't know why I didn't really think about it more than just that. So, it seems entirely meaningless. I don't know.
Well, you had mentioned, like, kind of likened it to, like, the idea of, like, a Boston Tea Party or something.
Right, just kind of like a protest, like a message.
Like that it would, like, invigorate more
maybe not necessarily
discord, or...
I don't know necessarily invigorate, but just kind of contribute to, I guess, if there's other people doing the same thing. I'm not sure if there is. That wasn't really part of the idea. It was just, that I felt like, at the time, that it was just, something that made sense to do, but obviously didn't,
I don't have anything else. We didn't make any promises.
No.
Did we treat you okay?
Yep.
I
know it'll be used, against me in law or court or whatever, and that's just how it goes. So
I think both of us truly appreciate how easy it was to talk to you and how you take ownership of what's going on. Not many people in this world do that, and
well, thank you. I appreciate that.
It does go a while. It does go far for me. Because not many people just take ownership of what they did, and that you're asking what ramifications am I looking at, and yet you still are very honest with us. You opened up about your mental health, and I think that goes to show your honesty and willingness to talk. And
well, thanks. I appreciate that.
It's kind of refreshing.
I guess I'm glad that I could be that then.
And human to human, I'm glad that you're alive.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Because that's a decision that can you imagine what your relatives, how that would have affected them, affected us.
Yeah.
You know, having to sit there and deal with a death at a scene tonight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that would have, it would have been absolutely awful. But
absolutely,
you don't really think about that when it happens, I guess.
No.
Yeah, no, I guess.
Ultimately, the suspect was charged with 4 counts: arson of a building without the owner's consent, making terrorist threats, attempted burglary of a building or dwelling, and criminal damage to property. The terrorist threat charge was dismissed early in the case. Court records show the suspect later entered pleas of not guilty by reason of mental disease or defect to the remaining counts, but later withdrew that plea. He eventually entered a no-contest plea to arson of a building without the owner's consent, a Class C felony. The court accepted the plea and found him guilty. The attempted burglary and criminal damage to property charges were dismissed, but read in, meaning the judge could still consider them at sentencing. The suspect was sentenced to 7 years in prison, followed by 7 years of extended supervision, with 410 days of sentence credit. He was also ordered to complete a mental health assessment and follow-up treatment, comply with any assessments or treatment required by supervision, have no contact with Congressman Grothman, his residence, or office, and have no contact with any office or person serving in a political capacity. Court records also show restitution was ordered in the total amount of $17,147.07, along with court costs and surcharges.